They're making their final move. Let's talk about it. So all throughout history, this has happened to countries that have been projected for a collapse scenario. And this is something that just happens when tyrants take over and they know what's coming, and they want to have a monopoly on power. They don't want any resistance. So what am I talking about? I'm talking about recently both the President of the United States and the Prime Minister of Canada both came out simultaneously, what a coincidence, in saying that we need a ban on handguns and all these different types of things, all these different restrictions for your right to self-defense, okay? And I know this can get a little controversial, but look guys, this is a prepper channel. If you're worried about stuff hitting the fan, you better have a way to protect yourself, because once it hits the fan, guys, like, you could have all the preps in the world, but you need a way to keep them safe and keep yourself safe, keep your family safe, okay? I advocate for self-defense, nothing offensively, but everyone on earth should be able to defend themselves and their family legally and lawfully. So let's dive in really quick of what they said exactly, and then we'll give you some history too of the different countries that have done this and what this led to, because this happened just recently. We don't even have to go back to whatever, World War II and that era for countries banning guns and then having a collapse scenario. This happened just recently in the last decade, so we'll get into that in just a second. But yeah, let's dive into what they're saying exactly, because it's absolutely ridiculous. And this is the final assault, guys. So the president came out and said that there's no reason to own a 9mm pistol. Okay, is this guy serious? A 9mm pistol, one step up from a 22. And he's saying you are not allowed to have that. That is the most common pistol round in America, okay? This is out of hand. We're not even talking about rifles or anything, much less a 223, which is the average round that we're always talking about here, is just barely a step up from a 22, once again, just in a rifle form. So this is getting out of hand. There's no limit to this, and he previously said the same thing just a couple years ago, that a 9mm is a high capacity weapon that needs to be banned, should not be allowed, okay? So all you moms, all you women that need to carry a 9mm around in your purse for protection, no sir. All you people that want to have concealed carry and have a 9mm, no sir. I don't understand what the logic is here. And the coordination with the Canadian Prime Minister coming out at the same exact time, very suspicious. He's saying he wants to ban all handguns in the country. Okay, restrict access to all handguns. No new guns come in. And he also wants a buyback program for what they call assault weapons. Whatever that is, that's just a abstract term that they can put on any weapon that they don't like. So mandatory buybacks, which just means confiscation. They're just going to give you whatever, $500 or something. Congratulations, to have your rights taken away. So $500 and your rights trampled, thrown in the trash. Okay, we're a little bit luckier here that we have a constitution in the United States, but we even have Supreme Court justices saying that the Second Amendment should be thrown out and abolished. Guys, I don't want to get too deep into the thick of it, of these tragedies, because it's so sad. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to exploit that. But guys, this is not, you cannot give up your rights because somebody else did something. That is not how the world works, and that's not how it should work. And what just happened just a couple videos ago, I warned. Expert warns governments will fall. Okay? So they're warning, I believe that was like the chief of the UN food program or something along those lines. Somebody high up is warning governments will fall, and then at the same time we are being told, disarm, turn your weapons in, give all the monopoly of power to the government. Okay? That's the narrative that we're being given right now. And like I said, this same thing happened in recent history in Venezuela. I love to talk about Venezuela because it is such a great example, and it's so recent. It was such a rich, flourishing country with natural resources, and it totally collapsed due to mismanagement and bad government and big government. And it was around 2010 when Venezuela started to have economic problems, and then just a few years later they implemented a private gun ban, and then a few years after that is when the total collapse hit. Okay, so we're being told all the time, crises are coming, we are going to collapse governments to absorb them into a world government plan. Okay, and this is one of the final pieces to the puzzle, because it's almost like a linchpin. Once this is gone, the tyranny can completely flourish and unleash. Okay, it is one of the final straws that's going to break the camel's back. Okay, is having us disarmed and having the American people weapons taken away by the government. Also, look at China, guys. China has some of the world's strictest gun laws, almost completely opposite of the United States. And some people praise that. They say, oh, look how great it is. There's no gun violence here, all these things. Okay, look how authoritarian and dystopian it is in China as well. Okay, yeah, there might not be some shootings, but you live in complete tyranny and dystopia, and the government controls everything, and they can literally board you inside your house, guys. Do you understand what's happening in the lockdowns in China? They are boarding people in their house. They're spraying the streets with disinfectant. They are locking people in quarantine camps. They are quarantining whole factories of workers and forcing them to stay in these garbage factories and be quarantined in there. This is nuts, guys. This is what happens when governments have a complete monopoly on power and control. And China's the model for everything. The social credit scores, everything. Okay, they test it all on China because it's a docile, weak population. Sadly, I hate to say that. I know not everyone is like that there, but that's overall very docile, easily manipulated population. And part of that is due to the disarmament of them. So this is critical, guys. This is what tyrants always do. This is always one of their last moves before they implement complete tyranny, okay? Because now they have no one to fear. There's nothing to stop them, okay? And let's be real, part of the Second Amendment is for tyrannical situations, okay? I'm not advocating for anything. Everything should be legally and lawfully, but that's also part of the Second Amendment. The promise of it is that we will not allow a tyrannical government to take our rights and trample our rights. So make sure you have plenty of self-defense, okay, guys? This is critical for SHTF scenario. You need to protect your family. You need to protect your preps. You need to protect your farm animals. You need to protect your farm, okay? In a collapse scenario, it's going to be ruthless. Every person for themselves. People are going to be desperate. You're a good person. You're not like that. You're prepared. You're thinking ahead. You have canned goods. You're trying to grow food. You're doing all these different things. And you deserve to protect that and keep that safe. You know, you don't deserve to have that at risk. So protect yourself, protect your family. Never stop, guys. Never give in to your rights, okay? If you don't use your rights, they get demolished, okay? They get trampled on. They get run over. People have plans for your lives, and you need to have your own plan and your own decisions that you want to do. So go out, buy a 9mm pistol, go buy it for self-defense, legally and lawfully if you can. You should do it. You should get prepared. You should have defense. Man, woman, everyone should have self-defense, okay? If you value your life, then act like you value it. These people have been guarded by guns and weapons their whole lives. Why are their lives so valuable, but my life isn't? My kid's life isn't valuable? No. My kid's life is very valuable. I honor it in the highest value, okay? So I want to protect their life with the highest thing that I can. Just like these other people get the same treatment, okay? They're not better than us. They're not better than you. They're not better than your family. So let me know what you guys think. Do you think this is one of the final steps we're moving towards? Sadly, do you think this will happen? I think it's going to be a lot harder in America, but I think Canada, it's going to happen, guys. It's over in Canada. There's no resistance on a governmental level there in Canada, sadly. So I feel like it's just going to happen there. But what happens in Canada always comes here. What happens in Europe always happens in Canada, and then it happens here, guys. Okay? It's incrementalism. I've said it before. Step by step by step. They can't just throw it at you all at once because you will resist. But if they just nag you and take away 0.1% of you, just chip away every single day constantly, then they will get what they want. You will give in. You will eventually give up your rights. You will eventually become complacent, and you will eventually accept their agenda. So don't be complacent. Say no. Stand up. And I believe in you guys. I love you guys. You guys are great. You guys are the best audience. It's such a blessing to just like interact with you guys and have you guys as a community. And I'm super blessed, and I hope you guys have a blessed day, and thank you guys.